third and last class for today. History. I told you we were going to do something fun, but wait, relax. First we need to talk a little bit. We need to talk a little bit about the things that happened in the early years of Britain. We need to brainstorm. We need to bring that information back. Right? Sometimes it's there. I know it's there. But we need to freshen it up. How was the life in those years? We know about it, so that this is not new. Was it like today? Did they have big buildings like we've got today? Big houses? Cars? Showers? iPads? No, right? They had nothing, believe me. Not even close to what we've got now. How did those people live? Well, yes, they went living, they went learning how to live. They started realizing that things were happening or that they needed things. So they had to get their act together and do something about it. Right? If these guys were hungry, did they go to the fridge like we do? Do we call for Chinese food? Do we call for a pizza? They didn't. What did they have to do? Well, they had to go out and get their food. They had to kill animals or get the fruit and vegetables from the trees and bushes. Right? Life wasn't easy. Where did they live? Where did they sleep? I've got a comfortable bed in my bedroom. Did they sleep on beds? No, they didn't. They slept on the floor. But when they were cold, they realized to use what? They realized that by covering their bodies, they wouldn't be that cold anymore, right? But for that, they had to be cold first. How do I learn how to do something first? Am I born knowing everything? No, I'm not. Are we born knowing how to walk, how to run, how to talk, how to go to the bathroom, how to add, how to subtract? No, we're not. We go learning on the way, right? Maybe because we see somebody doing it. And we say, oh, that's different. I'll try that. Maybe because there's a teacher showing me different things, right? Maybe it's because I need. I'm a mummy. I need to cook now. I didn't know how to cook when I was a young girl, right? So there's something that's pushing you. You need to cook for your kids. If you don't cook, what happens? You won't be eating, right? Not when you're little. Maybe when you're bigger you can learn how to cook yourselves, but humans go learning according to what they need. Right? Okay. For this work, we need a paper. Remember, you can use, I've got these kind of papers at home. If you've got them, lovely. If not, we just use a computer paper or a copybook paper. Yeah? I'm going to stick it on the board so you can go seeing what I'm doing. We need a paper. We need colored markers or pencils. I like better, and I've got colored markers at home. But again, it's according to what you've got at home. There's no need to go out and buy anything. I don't want anybody going out. We're in quarantine, we need to stay at home, okay? So forget about going out. So, paper, markers or pencils. And the other thing, I've got it right here. I'm sure you've got a lot of this at home. Recycling material. This will help me to make my picture even cooler, right? So I've got different boxes. I've got coffee boxes. I've got cereal boxes. I've got bits and pieces here that will help me to make my activity even better. What am I going to do? This is free. This is free for you. Each one is going to do your own one, yeah? And the idea is that each of us make our poster of early humans in Britain. How you think it is. We already know the information, so we know what was going on, right? For example, I am going to do something like this maybe. There could be a cave. I'm going to do the floor here, right? Here maybe I can make my fire. Here I'm going to make somebody that is there covered in fur. It's not a dinosaur, it's just a furry guy. Yeah. I'm going to draw his face. And these guys used to be super hairy guys. Right? Maybe I'm going to put something here on the floor for them to sleep on. I'm going to have my beautiful sun shining in the sky. Obviously this is not going to be like this. Now I'm going to make it better. And here I can put a big rock with some tools maybe. I can make him a couple of tools, okay? So, now that I know more or less what I'm going to do, I'm going to start working with my materials. Here I've got something yellow that can work for my sun. Again, it's up to you. You decide if you want to do it like this. The idea is that it has at least a little bit of recycling materials. Yeah? And we're going to stick it on our paper. Glue, scotch tape, masking tape. Again, whatever you've got at home. I've got my sun in the sky, ready and shining. You see, it gives it a different touch there. Oh, look, here I've got like an orange box, which can work for my fire. I can put some of this with the yellow one for the fire one, and that one would look amazing. Let's just, let me see if I've got a brown one. Oh, if I use it on the other side, it's brown, but I would like a brownier color, even darker. I don't have yellow ones. I've got, oh, this one. This one is fantastic for what I need. I'm going to use the toilet roll. Yeah. These are all useful for these kind of things. So I'm going to make my fire with my roll. So I'm going to make kind of sticks. Right, I'm just going to stick them like that. Let me move my computer away so I've got more space. Yeah. And I'm going to stick my place my fire logs right there where it should be. Oh, I had another idea. Maybe this won't stick properly, so for this one I will need some tape, because when you put two cardboard thingies one on top of the other one, it doesn't stick properly. So just with a tiny piece of tape, it's going to be fine. Yeah, because like that it goes over that. There we go, you see? And there it sticks perfectly well. Let's put one more. And it will also have to go with the tape, because now my fireplace is super fat and is super high. But just with tiny pieces, even smaller than these ones, is more than enough to stick it properly. You can ask for help for these kind of activities. If you need help from mommy, daddy, or anybody at home, that is fine. Look at my fireplace. How is it? Does it look good? Now I'm going to go to the fire part. I'm going to go to the fire part. And for that, I decided that I'm going to make it with different shapes. Just cutting papers in different shapes. Right, I cut some this way, some that way. And then I'm going to stick them to look like a fire. The more colors we put in it, right? For example, we know that fires have some orange. Yeah. They also might have some yellow in it. So I can have yellow bits as well. The more I put in it, the better. Yeah, I almost made a mistake there. The more bits I put in it, the better it will look. Right? I insist. It's better if we have, for these kind of things, some tape. Because it can be scotch tape, it can be masking tape, it can be any tape you want. Yeah? Because these are, at least these, my ones, are cardboards. And it's being super difficult to stick them. But with this, it's super duper easy. So I carry on just making my fire. And then I can go thinking of more things I can put into my super drawing, right? I can put animals into it. I can put dinosaurs, right? I can put trees and food maybe they can eat. It'll be good for them. Yeah? Remember, we're doing the real thing this time. We're not inventing. It's not an invented one. Right? Soon we're going to do an imaginative one. That means that there we will be able to put whatever we want in our drawing. We can put cars, we can put spaceships, we can put whatever we decide. Yeah? For the moment, it's a real one. So we have to stick to what we know. And we know perfectly well that in that period of time, there were no cars, there were no spaceships, there were no supermarkets, okay? So I stick to what we know. And as you can see, my fireplace is taking its form, its way. You see it? For the man, I was thinking I've got wool here at home. Maybe you guys don't. I've got wool here at home that will help me make his furry made of fur, yeah? His furry clothes, yeah? That's the cool thing of using these kinds of materials. Because when we color with a pencil, yes, it's fine. Yes, we can see that it is maybe a little bit fluffy, right? But when we do it with these kinds of materials, we can see even better that it is super, super furry, yeah? So, let me just finish and then I'll run to the kitchen where I've got my how is our fire coming out? It's coming out great, isn't it? Yes, it is. Look at that. Amazing fire, guys. I insist, if you don't have these materials, that's okay. It's fine. Not a problem. Look for things. I'm sure you've got things at home that you will be able to use. I'm sure there'll be things at home that Mommy and Daddy can lend you to do this. And if there isn't, no problem. We just do it with what we've got at home. Right? If we just have pencils, well, we'll just work with pencils. That is not a problem. At school, we normally just have pencils. Unless I ask you to bring extra materials, right? Which sometimes is what teachers ask for. Maybe we ask you to bring some bottles, maybe we ask you to bring some plastic containers. Sometimes we ask you to bring different things. But this time, the only things we need are pencils, our markers, and if we've got spare boxes like I did at home. Look at I love my fire, look at that. It's a super cool one. Yeah? We are going to make it with, there we go. Ta-da! Looks like a bush actually, but it doesn't matter. Now, let me run to the kitchen and get my wool for you to see. I'm coming. I don't have brown wool. The ideal thing would be to make this guy with real brown wool, right? But in my case, I don't have. I've got just green wool. So what I'm going to do is going to cut bits of wool so I can stick for my furry guy. Remember, he was covered with animal skin. Yeah, you remember that? How did they keep warm? They kept warm with animal skin. Yeah? So, for this I don't need to use tape. I can just use glue because wool sticks super easily too. So, for that, I'm going to start sticking. You can put it the way you prefer, of course, right? Let me just put some more glue over here so it sticks. The face and the hair, I'm going to do it with markers so we can see it better. But the clothes, I think I prefer doing them super furry for our friend here because I think he is super cold, right? Look at that, with his furry coat on. Yeah, I need more wool, so it's better when you work with these kind of materials that we go slowly. Not that you cut 5 kilometers of wool, right? Because at the end you'll probably notice that you've got a lot left over. And we don't need to have leftovers. We don't want any leftovers. What we do want is to use the correct amount of materials, so then we don't have to throw them away and we can reuse them again, right? Probably now my glue has dried already, so I put a little bit more glue there, yeah, and I go with my sticking again. I go putting my wool there again to make my furry man. Once I've done the clothing, I will go and do his face. Remember that this was a very furry man. Yeah, can you see him there? Very furry man. Long hair, long beard, his beard, yeah, and he is in his cave. There we go. How does a man look? Does he look great? He does, look at him. He's enjoying his fire, right? He's enjoying his fire. He's sitting next to the fire under his rock or his cave. Maybe even thinking about it, I could make his cave something like this. Wow, look at that. Wow, Miss Kim. For that, I am going to stick it off. This, we need definite tape for that. Because this one will not stick very easily. Look at that. How's that? Look at the cave covering him. Yeah? And like that, we continue making our super poster. Yeah? Remember, you can combine two different things. There's no problem. We can go combining elements. Yeah? Different materials. We can go combining pencils, markers as well. Okay? So, what is the idea? That you finish your poster at home. Yeah? We finish it. So, we've got it complete. Then we stick it on our walls, if we're sticking it on our walls, or we put it away so we can see when we go back to school. Yeah? Don't forget, tomorrow and Friday, 8:45 Zoom class. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Excellent work today. Love you. Bye.